Hello everyone, welcome to the class. In this class, we are going to focus on speaking skills. So it's going to be kind of a debate, okay? So I'll be asking you different questions, okay? And when you answer, keep in mind that your answer should not be a single sentence, okay? It should be detailed, informative response, okay? And whenever if anybody is speaking, is sharing their ideas on any question, on any topic, if anyone else has opposite ideas, different ideas, contrary ideas to the speaker's thoughts, then they can raise hand and I would ask you to share your ideas as well. Okay, so let's get started. Our first question here on the screen that you see, should animals be used to test new products? What's your idea? What are your ideas about this? Is it a good idea that we should test new products on animals first? Who would respond? Who would respond? Minal, you start please. Do you think that it's a good idea to use animals to test new products? For example,
Sir, I don't think that it's a good idea.
okay, see, as I gave you the instruction, they do not give a single sentence answer. If you think it's not a good idea, then go into the details. Give us reasons, give us evidences, examples, support your side. Okay, so tell us in detail why it's not a good idea.
Sir, I don't think it's a good idea because, sir, they are also living and we can't.
Yes.
Sir, testing new products can be harmful and we can't harm any living thing.
Okay, so you think it's a good idea to test new products on animals?
No,
No?
no, sir.
Okay. Anyone else who thinks that it's a good idea? Thinks that it's a good idea to test the new products on animals. Bilal, what's your opinion? Is it a good idea?
Yes, sir. I think it's a good idea because, sir, uh, we can just identify that the new products are safe or not. Through this method, we can identify.
Okay, okay, very good. So, for example, nowadays, corona vaccine. Okay, so are in general vaccines. Okay, different vaccines that are used for different diseases. Now, animals are used to test these vaccines. First, these are used. Animals are used and they are given these vaccines, and the scientists they just experiment, and then if they find the results, then they start using those vaccines on humans. So maybe if those vaccines are directly used at humans, okay, on humans, then maybe humans would also die. But at the same time, as Minhal said, that animals are also living things, okay, living, so what do you think, Bilal? Is it a good idea to test again? What would you say? Just to save human lives, we should use animal lives. Mr. Abdul, what's your idea? Do you think that it's a good idea to use animals?
No, sir, I don't think it's a good idea to test vaccines in animals.
Okay, tell us in detail. So the rule is that your response should not be a single sentence. You have to prove it. Okay. Any other thoughts? Any other ideas you have on this to support your argument? Okay. Now let's move to the another question. Okay. If you have any ideas on the first one, you can share. Okay. Once I would feel that you are you are at loss of words. Okay. Then I would move to another question. Okay. So let's move to the other question. Should cell phones and beepers be allowed in class? What do you think? Should cell phones be allowed in class? Raise your hands if anybody who wants to speak first. Let's start with Nisabatul. Nisabatul, do you think that cell phones should be allowed in class? If you say yes, why? If you say no, why?
Sir, I don't think it's a good idea to allow cell phones in class because, students will distract. They'll not focus on their studies and they'll kind of misuse the mobile.
Okay. Anyone else who think that the cell phones should be allowed in class and you should have some reasons why? See, if you are allowed to bring your cell phones, maybe you can record the lectures. Maybe you can search certain questions online, and learning might be fast and entertaining. Bilal, what do you think? Should cell phones be allowed?
Sir, I think it's a good idea because, sir, uh, we can record lectures and then we can share again lectures so that we can understand again and again.
Hmm.
Makes our understanding.
Okay, and maybe you can search if you are in any English class. You can search any word in the dictionary. Okay, in any application,
Yes, sir.
uh, it would save you a lot of time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Minal, what do you think? Should cell phones be allowed?
No, sir, I don't think cell phones should be allowed in school because it may create disturbance and student will get distracted from their studies.
Okay, explain this. How students would get distracted?
So like weak students, so not every student have interest in studies, so they can use social medias or play games.
Okay, good. Yes. So maybe many students might be using social media in the class. Okay. Any other ideas on this? Anyone, if you have any ideas, if you want to support your argument,
Sir,
yes.
but teacher will not allow to use this social media or but we will use only uh, useful things like dictionary or we can record lectures.
Okay, so Minal and Nisabatul, Bilal is saying that there would be certainly some rules. Okay, the teacher would not allow social media in the class and all this. So, what do you think? Mm, uh, still some students would use them.
Yes, sir, because they're not only all students are going to follow those rules and regulations.
Okay, Bilal, do you have to say anything? It's a debate. Okay, so you can ask and respond. Yes. Yes, Bilal. The girls are saying that not all students follow the rules. Okay, so there are many students who would ignore these rules and they would, just cross the limits and they would, take negative use of, uh, cell phones in the class.
Sir, if they are misusing, then it's not a good idea. But sir, teacher, if they are misusing, teacher will take the phones.
Okay, so maybe you are saying that there would be some students who might be using, but if on the whole, allowing cell phones in the classroom would be beneficial. Okay, so maybe this is your idea. Okay, let's move to another interesting question. In disasters like the sinking of the Titanic, who should be saved first? Okay, so I would ask you individually this, okay, and you have to tell me who should be saved first. Now, let's put it in another situation here. For example, in the pandemic, and if we talk about vaccines, now the government decided to that first elderly people, okay, who were of 60s, okay, who were of age 60, they were allowed to take the vaccine. Okay, so there are different disasters. So for example, let's talk about the Titanic, sinking of the Titanic, who should be saved first, and then you would also talk about some different disasters. For example, you can also talk about the pandemic and the way government decided the procedure for the vaccine. Was that good in your opinion? And there should be another method, or who should be saved first? So Minal, what do you think, who should be saved first? If you were the captain on the Titanic, who would you save first? For example, the children, the elderly people, or the staff of the Titanic? Who do you think should be saved first?
So can I reply?
Okay, go on.
Sir, I think children should be saved first, and then after that, women should be saved.
Okay. Why are males are men not humans?
Sir, but the men can save their life on their own.
Hmm. Okay, you think that men are strong and they can maybe they are able to save their lives themselves, but children and women, you think they are weak, right? Okay, Nisabatul, do you agree with Bilal that women and children, they should be first saved? He says that they are weak, they won't be able to save themselves.
Yes, sir, I agree that we should first save the children and women.
Okay. Any other ideas? Minal, do you have any ideas? Minal, you talk about the pandemic, okay, and talk about the vaccines. Who should be saved first? Who should be given the doses of the vaccine first?
Sir, I think government took correct decision to vaccinate the elderly people first. Because sir, they don't have that much strong immunity system to fight against the coronavirus,
Okay,
COVID-19.
okay, good. Any other ideas? Yes. Okay, let's move to some other interesting questions. Let's talk about this one. Okay, should gun makers pay the cost of gun violence? Okay, because they are the people who create this. Yes, Minal, what's your opinion on about it?
No, sir, I don't think because sir, they are not misusing the guns. The one who misuse the guns should pay the
Okay, very good. Okay,
violence.
okay. Bilal, what's your opinion?
My opinion is also same.
Okay, Minal, what would you say? Nisabatul.
Sir, I think they should not pay the cost for the gun violence because they might be making that with the intention of protection or defense.
Okay, okay, let's move to some other questions. Okay, there is an interesting one. The number 14. Should students get paid for attending school? Okay, it sounds very, awkward, maybe. But do you think that if students are paid for attending school, or should they be paid? Okay, because it's the, kind of, there are many families who are not, in the in the in the position to allow their children to attend schools. We see in Pakistan that many students, many children, they are working. Okay, they work, so that's known as, child labor. But if, government would pay them for attending their school, at the same time they would be getting education, and they would be supporting their families as well. So do you think that the students should be paid for attending a school? Lal, what do you think?
Sir, no, because if they should get paid, then the students will only focus on getting money for their good grades
Hmm.
and won't pay attention uh, on the school.
Minal, do you agree with Bilal?
No, sir, I don't agree. I think they should be paid
Hmm.
because, sir, as they will be paid, they will have more interest and they will get more interested in studies. They will try to attend schools. There are many students who don't have interest in studies and they don't want to study, but after getting paid, I think they maybe.
Okay. Sabadul, what do you think? Is it a good idea that students should be paid for attending school?
Sir, if students will be paid to attend school, there would be something that will incite them to attend the school. You know, money would kind of encourage them to attend the school because they're getting paid for it.
Okay, okay, very good. Okay, Bilal, would you say something else about this? The girls are saying it's a good idea. Parents would get some support, and the children would also, be interested in studies. Otherwise, in general, many poor families, they say, what our children will do when they become, when they go to school? It's nothing. There are no jobs, and what they have to do. It's good that they would bring some money at, money back home. Okay, if they work. And you might have seen many students working at different, garages and shops. They are working just because of money. But if the money is given to them at the, same time, they are, in safe hands, their future becomes secure. What do you think, Bilal? Isn't it a good idea? Give us at least two more reasons why it's not a good idea.
Sir, can I give another
Sir,
reason to support my idea?
Yes, yes, go on.
Sir, if the students are paid, this will not only encourage the students to attend school, but kind of make their parents agreed on this case they should attend the school because they will be also satisfied that they're getting something in return.
Mm-hmm. Bilal, what would you say now?
now I think that students should be paid.
Okay, so you feel that students should be paid, and see, it's the responsibility of government also, because everyone, even poor people, they pay tax, right? Taxes are on everything. If you buy, a soap, if you buy any shoes, if you buy any mobile phone, if you buy any, recharging cord, if you buy anything, just anything, any eatable or non-eatable thing, there is some hidden tax on it. Even many poor people don't know that they are, paying tax. Okay, so see, if there would be this rule that students would be allowed to be paid, okay, they would be given some money if they attend school, and I think it would be a very good idea. Okay, any other ideas you have on this? Okay, let's talk about another interesting. This one, 17. Should you change the way you dress because of what other people might think? Okay, so for example, if you like any dress, okay, you like it, you just love it, and you want to wear it, but you are afraid that people would, laugh at you, or people would not like it, and just because of that, would you not wear that dress? So, should you change the way you dress because of what other people might think? Let's start this with Nisabatul.
Sir, I don't think you should change your way because of what people think. You should be the way you are.
Mhm. But don't you think in our culture, if you dress awkwardly, or dress in a different way than the people do here, don't you think that people would laugh at you, or then you would be somehow hurt?
Sir, you're right that we have certain values in our culture. One should dress according to those values, but should not change his or her style because of what people think.
Okay. So now let's something related with it is just coming in my mind. Malala Yousafzai has given a statement about marriage. Do you know that?
Yes.
Okay, now see how you know how much she is criticized on this statement on social media. She says that it's not she can't understand why people just sign nikah papers, okay, marriage papers. Why can't they live just in a partnership? Now our culture is different, right? And definitely it would be very good idea for other cultures, but people don't like that idea here, right? So see that things would be very difficult if we change the if we don't change the way we dress. Okay, let's ask some other students. La, what's your opinion about it? Now let me put it in a situation.
Sir,
For example, say you like maybe shalwar kameez, right? But say your friends, all of your friends wear pant shirts, right? And the way you dress, it would be very different and awkward to your friends, right? Now, would you change your way, okay, the way you dress? Would you start wearing pants and shirt, or you would still stick to shalwar kameez?
sir, no, sir, I will not change my face way.
Okay, tell us a little more
Sir,
about.
I think
Okay, go on. Yeah.
Sir, I think one should dress in a way that makes him or her happy. not based on the people's, thoughts or opinions.
Okay, so Bilal, see if you are wearing shalwar kameez and you or maybe say at any party where everybody is wearing pant shirts, don't you think that you yourself would feel different, or what if others start laughing at you?
Sir, it's not my problem, it's their problem. Because if I'm feeling comfortable in this place, well, then it's okay.
Okay, okay. Nisabatul, what's your idea about it?
Sir, I agree that until and unless you're comfortable in what you're wearing, it's okay. You don't need to always care about what people think.
Okay, Minal, what would you say?
Sir, I think we shouldn't change our way because of others' opinions. But dressing according to social norms isn't a bad idea. We should dress ourselves according to circumstances, different circumstances.
Okay. Okay, that's good. So you guys seem very, what we call resilient. Okay, just you won't change just because of other people. Okay, that's good idea. Okay, let's move to any other question. Okay, now number 21, is space exploration worth the money we spend on it? Now, you might know that a lot of money is spent on space exploration. Okay, so the developed nations, especially, they spend a lot of money on exploration of the space. And do you think it's the worth idea? Okay, it's the worth the money we spend on it. Should we spend that much money, on exploration of the space, or do you think that that money should be spent uh, in other for other causes, for example, for a protection of environment, for say uh, removing the poverty? What do you think? Is it a good idea or not a good idea? Yes, Minal, you start.
Sir, I think it's a good idea because we should acquire every type of knowledge.
Don't you think that there are other important things that need attention, and they would help the world become a better place? And there are many needy people who need even who don't even have basic facilities in life. Shouldn't they be given that money?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, we should spend our money on space exploration. Sir, in limit, like we can also explore the space and also help the needy and poor.
Okay, Bilal, what do you think? Is it a good idea?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how? Tell us.
Sir, because we should learn about many things.
Okay,
And sir, we should spend in limits.
okay. Nisabatul, what do you think?
Sir, here I agree with Manahil that we should also care about the planet we live in, and also, we should kind of explore the space.
Okay, okay. Let's move to another question. Okay, but many people, even in the developed nations, in the parliaments and the what we call them. Okay, so different government officials, they discuss it. Okay, they argue that it's not a good idea to spend money on space exploration. Okay, but anyway, many countries, they space a lot of money on this. Okay, so let's move to one more question, and if we will have time, then we would still go for another one. But certainly we can go for one. Okay, so let's see. Now, there is an interesting question, 24. If you see someone cheating on a test, should you tell? So, for example, say, Minahil, if you saw someone cheating on a test, would you report, would you tell, or should you tell? What would you do? Why and why not? If you would tell, why you would tell? If you won't tell, then why you won't tell?
Yes, sir, we should tell because cheating won't help him or her in future. It will be his or her loss.
Can you repeat? What did you say?
Sir, uh, we should tell because cheating won't help someone. It will be his or her loss in future.
Bilal, what do you think? Bilal, don't you think it's a private matter? It's about somebody else. It's not your problem. Lal, what do you think?
Sir, I think we should tell.
Why?
Because sir, if uh, he is cheating that and he is doing the wrong thing, then
Mm-hmm. Okay, Nisa Badul, what do you think? Is it a good idea?
Sir, I think we should tell because he won't do or repeat this mistake again.
Okay. So all of you say that we should tell. But I don't think that students in general, what I have observed, they don't really tell. Okay. So maybe they would even support them or they would take their help as well. But I don't see that they, in general, tell to the invigilators or they don't report it. Okay, anyway, if you feel that it's a good idea, reporting is a good idea, we should tell, then I think it's a really good idea, and I hope that you would certainly tell to your teachers and invigilators. Okay, we have 4 minutes left. Let's see if we can discuss one more question. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, should kids have to address teachers as ma'am and sir? Is it necessary? Is it important that kids should call their teachers as ma'am or sir? If I, share my experience, I have taken a lot of classes online. Okay, I have taken different courses online where, we never called our teachers sir, or even we didn't call our, female teachers ma'am or madam. We always took their first name. But in different cultures, For example, mostly in English speaking countries, if you are in any class, the teacher doesn't really mind if you address them with their first name. So in general, do you think it's a good idea that the teachers should be called with their first name, or should students address their teachers as ma'am and sir? Why and why not? One by one. Okay, we have only 2 minutes left, so be very brief and quick with your responses. Menal, do you think? What do you think?
Sir, I think we should call our teachers like sir and ma'am
Why?
because
Mhm.
we should respect them. They are at the place of our parents and we should respect them.
Okay, so you think it's a matter of respect. Bilal, what do you think?
Sir, I'm agreed with this statement.
Sorry.
Agreed with this statement.
Okay, so the question is saying, should kids have to address teachers as ma'am and sir? Meaning, should students call their teachers with words like ma'am and sir, or they can take their first name? For example, my name is Rizwan. So, would it be good idea that students call me by my name? They should call me Rizwan instead of calling sir. Okay, we have less than 1 minute. Bilal, please respond. Hurry up. Automatically the Zoom meeting would be ended because we have exceeded the 40 minutes.
Sir,
Okay,
your voice is cutting.
Nisabatul, what's your idea? Did you tell who is remaining?
Sir, I don't mind doing either ways because respect lies within your heart.
Okay, good. Okay, everyone, that's it for today. I hope you liked the questions and the way you responded. I really loved it. Okay, so you did not just say it idle or silent, but you spoke a lot and spoke very well. Okay, that's it for today. I'll see you in another class soon. Thank you very much.